Welcome to another real-time trade. In this video, I'll discuss several ways to manage the trade to empower you to design a trade management model that suits your unique mental wiring. This is the stuff of the real game. Now let's join the trade in progress. Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Trust you're having a good day. Happy Friday to you. It's 12:47 p.m. No trades today. Really interesting day today, to say the least. One of those, again, messy New York sessions. We've got a little bit of movement here in the afternoon, but through the twilight zone where I typically don't trade. We're still kind of in the twilight zone in the last 10 minutes or so, 13 minutes of the twilight zone, officially / unofficially. But I'm watching the Dow here quite closely to see if there might be an opportunity. Look at this daily. This entire week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today's Friday, 5 up days slamming right into key resistance on the daily and double resistance here on the 30-minute and 4-hour. Really, this is a 4-hour zone as well, but it's also daily, as you can see. And so there's lots going on here, but I'm looking to see if we're going to get some tiring out here and a breakdown for a potential short opportunity. It would be the first opportunity all day long with any kind of substance here. I'll be cutting out dead air and sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments, things of that nature. Keep this video nice and tight, but there might be one trade here today. Who knows? We'll see. And I'll put you on pause now and bring you back as this thing develops. This is not an entry, guys, just a marker just for thinking. All right, guys, entering right now at the market. Wait for that pullback. There it is. Done. I'm in. Risking 46 points is my R value. The coin has been tossed. I'll explain this trade to you shortly. Time of day is a critical factor in this. Coming out of the twilight zone, it's 1:12 right now, p.m. I'll put you on pause, bring you back, and we'll discuss. All right, guys, we're back here for a moment, just watching this proceed, kind of grinding sideways here a little bit. Been one of those funny weeks with very low and declining VIX, but that's a subject of a different video, which I will do, by the way. Looking to revise zones now, guys, and here we are. This is what we do all day long, as often as needed. As this zone has been surpassed and a new zone hit, this one gets deleted. As this begins to look like a topping with a double top in terms of bodies on these two candles, we simply shift this one up, and that becomes a potential reversal or zone reversal marker based on intraday price action, but using the penetration of that prior very important zone that goes way back here many days. And of course you see that too right there on the daily, way up here, going all the way back to October 17th, and today is November the 3rd. So you get the idea. Now I begin to see this clean setup over here. Could even employ a marker right here, which I do encourage, by the way, right there, as a new support area if prices came back down, which was formed in the same session. That's today's New York session, of course. And these 2 or 3 candles go back to 10:30, 10 o'clock, and of course 9:30, the opening candle there. And target 1 has been hit. So the 1-hour all or nothing trader has exited the trade with full profitability. And the 2-hour move stop to break even at 1 hour has now moved their stop to break even. They will either get a 2-hour or a break even, which is a 0. And of course the 1.5-hour and 2-hour all or nothing trader are still sitting here waiting to see what happens. Put you back on pause and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, we're back, and as you can see, we've been kind of grinding along here. This is a 2-minute chart now. Just split those candles in half. You can see we're kind of pulling back. Looks like we might get stopped out here at some point here this afternoon. It's 2:46. We're coming up to towards power hour, the last hour of the day. I wanted to explain this trade to you. This is a zone reversal with those revised zones. As you can see, I took this one fairly early, if you remember. I'm going to go back to the 1-minute chart for now so you can see why I did what I did. If you look at this run up here. This is all the way from 10 o'clock, 10:30 this morning, so an hour into the session. You will see that this was the first movement of its kind for the entire day here on the Dow. So a sequential wave uptrend, impulse and higher high, higher low, higher high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, all the way along, high, low, high, low. And you see that? And then this nice big impulse into that right there. And this is critical, this daily, very strong and very important resistance zone. Now, what's important about this, guys, is first of all, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up days, very strong. Yesterday was a very extended bullish day, tapping in here. Now, we don't actually need this candle to flip down and turn blue and then another blue one and work its way all the way down here. This is the daily chart. All we need is a little pullback, and what you will notice here is that this whole pullback, which is fairly significant, is just that tiny little wick there. You see that? And so this is very important in terms of framing and understanding what we're doing here, is that when we see this, we don't need a sudden reversal here on the daily. Of course, we wouldn't see that because we're in the same day. We just need a little bit of a reaction here to be able to get, in this case, 1R. Now, it'd be nice to get 1.5 and 2R, of course, but this is very bullish and looks like we might resume the rally. So we not only tapped the daily solid zone there, we also rallied into this 30-minute and 4-hour zone that I won't bother showing you because you can just see it right here on the daily, of course. And then we had this rejection style wick right here and it flipped down, and that's when I entered. But what I saw here, guys, was coming out of the twilight zone. So not only is timing important on the daily and on the 30-minute, but then intraday, as you've often heard me talk about, that 1 o'clock time piece, that time place right here. This is 107. Here's 1 o'clock. There's the 1 o'clock candle. Ran a little bit and then began to shift. And this was a shift move. It was the first move of its kind, a long series of blue candles, down candles, but also breaking handily through both EMAs and then flipping. See this flipping here? That hadn't happened anywhere along here. These two EMAs actually had never even kissed. Well, almost did right there, but that was during the twilight zone, so completely irrelevant to me. But then this big shift, slicing through. And if you look on a higher time frame, like the 5-minute, for instance, let me just get that up here. I want to show you what that looks like. It was a shift candle, boom, boom, 2 of them, right? When you look at a 5-minute, and that begins to speak volumes as to what may in fact be unfolding here. So this changing character. Now, I will often, at a different time of the day, not take a position here because there is no break of pivot. I'll typically wait for a sell-off, a pullback, and then a break below. For instance, something that looks more like this. You see that pullback and then break down below? So that's a viable entry point as well. For this, it might not have worked out here. We'll see in a little bit, but you get the idea. So reversal, guys, zone reversal, daily critical, time of day critical here for the actual entry itself. And this may or may not play out for the 1.5 hour trailer. It looks like it's not going to for the 1.5 hour all or nothing, or the 2 hour all or nothing, but the 1 hour certainly got it, and the 2 hour move stop to break even gets out or got out at a break even. So you get the idea. Be back in a bit. We'll see how this finishes. And there's 1 minute left in the session here, guys. I'm going to see if we can hit the 1.5 hour. I'm going to place a manual order at 1.5 hour for purposes of tracking. See if we can get that. We need to push down here, and that will be the result for the last remaining models. And done, guys. 1.5 hour has been hit. And there it is, guys. So the 1 hour all or nothing trader got 1 hour. The 1.5 hour got 1.5 hour. The 2 hour all or nothing got 1.5 hour because of the manual close. And the 2 hour move to break even got break even on this one. This is another 3 hour and 13-minute trade. Crazy week. 6 trades in total for the entire week. That's 1.2 a day. That's probably the lowest trade count that I've had for a week in years. It has everything to do with VIX being crushed here down below 15 or around the 15 mark that I've been sending to my group all day and really all week, showing how what happens to a model like this when VIX is getting crushed. Really the directional move, but also level, of course, plays a big part. So much fewer setups and being locked into trades for between 1, 2, 3, and even 4 hours sometimes, and that's kind of been the week. Thanks for being here and for your support. Really appreciate you. Thanks for clicking the like button on the way out and for saying hi in the comments. Have an amazing weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.